50% of the cow flesh in this country comes from spent dairy cows. So all of the animals in the dairy industry will end up at a slaughterhouse. So they'll be killed against their will.
So a sort of efficient use of those animals then?
It doesn't make it moral whether it's an efficient use of an animal. If we were talking about dogs in those slaughterhouses, we'd never say that that's moral.
But we have a completely different view, don't we, towards our domestic animals than we do our farm animals.
We care about our dogs and cats at home, but we'd never subject them to the abuse that we do to cows.
Yeah, but Joe, this is the food chain. You know, the spider eats the fly, the cat eats the mouse. You know, a tiger would eat us if we got in its way. That is what's been going on for 8,000 years. We've been drinking milk.
Exactly, that's true.
And that is, our bodies have actually mutated to produce an enzyme called lactase, which allows lactose, which is the sugar in milk, to be digested by our gut. So our bodies...
Most human beings are actually lactose intolerant. And to say it's the food chain...
Not Europeans and Americans. Yes, China and Japan... yeah, they are lactose intolerant, but that's not part of their diet. It's not
you
part
made
of
a point
culture.
about a food chain. In the environment, animals eat out of necessity. They eat each other out of necessity. We have alternatives now. 30 different plant-based milks in the supermarket. Where does calcium come from? Plants, originally. How does the cow get the calcium in their body? Plants. We can get calcium from plants.
Yeah,
what have you got against
improved.
plants? Plants are living things.
They're not sentient. They don't have a central nervous system. Do you think stabbing a puppy dog in the throat is the same as cutting up a carrot?
How do you know what plants feel?
Because they don't have a brain or a central nervous
they're
system.
living things?
They're living, but they're not sentient.
You don't mind slaughtering living plants?
Piers,
Because they don't feel pain.
That argument's really
if you're in
weak.
hospital and you're paralysed, what do they call you? A
Do you think a
vegetable?
lot of people might be tempted to take up a more vegan-based diet?
Yeah.
But they hate this kind of vegan terrorism that's going on.
Take the
where
vegans
milk
out of the
is-
picture.
Milk is murder.
Take the vegans out of the picture.
All right, brothers and sisters, welcome. That was my brother from Australia, Joey Carpstrong, debating with the moron Piers Morgan on idiot, ridiculous topics. So, and that is that. So thanks for jumping on. I've had a tremendous amount of questions, but unfortunately I didn't get a lot of time on this. I've been buried and had to go do my workout this morning, and I'm ready to go. Got a ton of questions to answer right here. As I was out this morning, I made a list and sent them to me. So ones that have been asked that I will answer and go into some details for newer people and some people who have gotten burnt in the last run. I will address all those. So, Skull Kid, welcome. I'm sure we'll have more people joining later, but typically I don't do live that much. I would, but many people don't join the live, so they tend to like my short videos. I would do a live video every day if more people were on it. I just don't feel like talking to myself. So, I am going to, hey, Bluegrass as well, start with a couple things from someone from Bangladesh, Boom Boom 4763. So I want to go over a bunch of stuff today to help the best I can. The first thing that I will start with is if you're new to crypto or older and you've been started to buy and you're leaving it on exchanges, you can leave some on Coinbase. Don't leave it on any other exchange. What you want to do is get a Tangem wallet. A lot of these, I've been in crypto for a long time. Look at Adis Swap being bullish. Yeah. Already swap. So get yourself a cold storage wallet. Okay. Don't get a Ledger. In my opinion, I've used them all. Tangem is the best wallet I have used. Tangem wallet. Go to my site. There's a 10% code. I don't get anything for it. Just go use that. It's easy to use. It's the size of a card. It is extremely simple. Use a Tangem wallet. You got to get it off. Okay. It's extremely easy, but you have to have that as a bet. Even if you want to leave some on, go under my thing on my and I'll have a 10% off for you there. It is the easiest thing I've used, and I've been doing it since the first wallet was invented. It used to be paper wallets and everything. This is the only one I use now. So, you didn't know anything about wallets until yesterday. I'm using Coinbase Wallet and Uniswap. Those are good. Trust me, brother, I don't chill anything. I never will. Go to my site. It's very cheap. It'll cost you probably like 40 some dollars. Don't get the one card one. Get the 3 card. That's what I have. I have multiple of them. It is key. It is so easy to use. Get it. I'll walk you through it. You just download an app. But go to my site, get the discount. It is worth the money. It is very, very cheap, especially the 10%. I think I paid $40, $50. It will be the best money you've ever spent. Even if you have other wallets. Coinbase Wallet's nice. All those are nice. Coinbase is definitely okay. Tangent is, you have to have a diverse one. Don't get a Ledger. Don't get the other ones. The Tangent is the way to go. Yeah, it's extremely simple. So, Skull Kid, bear with me a minute. I just want to answer a couple from that I got yesterday. How to find out the altcoin we are investing in genuine and not a scam. You never fully know that. Okay, you have to do your due diligence. I only buy to eliminate that. I'm not a trader. Okay, I could be. I used to be. Not in crypto, but in the stock market years ago. You never know if something's going to get rug pulled. You just don't. Only thing that we know for sure is Bitcoin won't. We want to do our research, and I'll go over YouTubers to listen to, not to listen to, or even crappy ones that you might want to listen to but not take what they have to say as the word of God. You'll never know if it's a scam. I don't buy anything until it's on Coinbase. Period. That doesn't mean it's not a scam, but that's how I buy and sell. I used Binance when it first started. I've used Kraken and KuCoin. I don't use DEXs anymore. I just use Coinbase because I buy and hold, and I'll sell in a month, rarely. Okay, but that's not how I've made a ton of money. So I hope that helps you. Boom, boom. Another one, any genuine groups or paid groups to look for information regarding crypto investments. I will go over that in a few. Whom to follow on YouTube for crypto knowledge and genuine information. That's in the same realm. I have a list for you. I did a video on this a little while back. I'll show you that. You can go under my live. I go over quite a few of them. I'm gonna go over some of them again today, briefly. Currently, I am following Crypto Casey, Coin Bureau. I saw Okay, those guys are good. I'll go over them in a minute. There's so many influencers and not being able to do my own research, lack of knowledge. There's always a doubt which to invest. Yep, I will go over that. Any altcoins you recommend on investing with potential? Okay, I'm gonna go over all the stuff starting now. All right, Skull Kid, hang in with me, and I'll where I'm gonna start. Here's a couple questions. All right, I'm going to go over the pitfalls. Skull, is this your first bull market? And you're going to excuse the dogs in the background. They'll be going crazy, but got a few people coming in. So, first thing I want to touch on is what you're looking for. Let's see. Yeah, Skull, where are you from? So, in regards to YouTubers, okay, I'm going to go over some of those now. Who you want to listen to and why you want to listen to them, and who you don't. You do e-commerce drop shipping. Okay, interesting. All right, so in regards to Digital Asset News, he lives in Puerto Rico. He's great. His name's Rob. He's not going to tell you how to make millions. He will actually leave in the bull run. I will be here. He's great. You should subscribe to him. He is not going to tell you which coins to pick. He will tell you his portfolio like I will tell you mine. But he will not, his channel is not there to make you rich. He's giving you the news. Worth listening to. He just kind of gives you the highlights and goes into certain things. Sometimes he has guests on. Many of them are good. Many of them are a waste of time. When he has Coin Bureau on and Benjamin Cohen, I tune out. Those are okay guys, but not going to make you any money. Speaking of them, you live in the U.S., okay. I'm from the Dominican Republic. All right, brother. Altcoin Daily. You can listen to them. They're just giving you the news, and they're going to give you BS like picks that they believe in from a year ago, or what's hot and they're fine to listen to. I get nothing out of them. They just kind of go over what they're seeing. They have started interviewing, which is better now. Okay, so that's Altcoin Daily. I would subscribe to them if you want, but take them with a grain of salt. They're not going to make you rich. They're just going over the news. All their videos, they're just not my thing at all. They do not. They just go. They're news. They are news, and barely. And it's news you heard yesterday. Okay, so they're pretty worthless to me, and they make a ton of money per video, like 50 grand per video. That's not why I'm doing this. That's why they are doing it. Right? This is him, the two brothers living. Then we got Benjamin Cowen. He's a TA guy, technical analysis guy. He's kind of a naysayer, and I don't listen to him anymore. He's a little monotone for me, and he's, bear this, bear that, don't buy this. But, it's just goes over the main things and how we're going to hit this level and that level. Does nothing for me. Elio Trades. I saw, he listened to him a little bit, but he's got like, a Superverse is his project. So he shills a little bit. He's worth listening to a little bit, but he's constantly shilling his project and everything. And it's just, but he's worth listening to. This guy, Gerhard. So he just wants you to join his group, but he does token reviews. If you listen to his token reviews and have it as the word of God, you won't buy anything. And there's another guy I'm going to go over on that. But I would definitely listen to him. But he wants you to join his premium group. And I just saw a video today that he raised the price on his premium group. And that's just, he's taking advantage of, we're in a bull market, the beginnings of a bull market. I'll go over that in a bit. He's kind of taking advantage of that because he only wants true premium people who have a lot of money and all that. Well, that's BS. So I don't care for the way he doesn't want to help newbies at all. So he goes over tokenomics, he goes over that type of stuff. But if you listen to him, you're barely going to buy anything. And we're in the market to buy. You don't want to buy junk, but you have to buy some junk to make a lot of money. Crypto Tips. She's good with her husband. Do a good job. Not going to make millions off them. I would listen to her and her husband. I might listen to a couple minutes of the video, and if it's interesting, I'll stay on. Otherwise, no. Virtual Bacon. Yes. Subscribe to him. He's very good. He gives token reviews. He gives you what he's doing. He's made money. He's an investor. He does a decent job. He will give you picks that he is doing when he's selling. Same with me. But Virtual Bacon, very, very, very good. I don't like the bacon name, but Virtual does a great job. Subscribe to him. This guy, no, not in my opinion. Jason Casper, he's cheesy to me. I used to watch him on Discover Crypto and Around the Blockchain. Not for me. Tom Crown, TA guy. Like him a lot. He's a TA guy, believes in Litecoin. Litecoin's crap. But he's, I don't listen to him anymore, but I do like him. I don't recommend him subscribing to him if you're looking to make money. He just kind of gives you the market, TA, technical analysis. I don't buy into that. Crypto with James. Like him, but, he showed you his portfolio and how well he's done, but he's not bearish on anything. If someone's not bearish on everything, that's, I don't necessarily trust his picks, to be honest with you, because that's kind of all he does. But he's worth to listen to here and there. He does low budget like I do. I don't put any money into my stream. I'm just trying to help, and this is not my job. But this is where I make a ton of money. Crypto Banter, total scammers. Their channel, though, I've gotten some good picks out of, but I rarely can get through them because it's scammy. And Ram is kind of a shiller and has cost a lot of people money in the past. And when they talk about trading, I'm out. When they have guests on and they talk about altcoins and projects, newer projects, I like that. Other than that, I can only listen to about 5% of their stuff because the rest of it is talking about trading. I don't care about trading, nor should you. If you care about trading, don't listen to my channel because I'm not going to talk about trading, nor will I get into technical stuff about altcoins or coins. I do that on my own. I'm not going to sit here. You have a million channels to bore you with that, and I'll go over that too. Soshi does a good job. Not going to make you rich, but he does a very good job of going over projects. He can be a little bearish, but I believe he believes in what he talks about. Cryptocurrency news. This guy from Wisconsin, Bob. He does 2 live streams every day. I like him. I've seen some stupid points about veganism that he talks about. He thinks he kind of knows it all, but here's the problem with Bob. Nice guy, very good with technical, and I mean technical, like very smart guy in knowing what something is, but he has no money. He's dead ass broke. He has a roommate. He's got to be 40-some years old. $100 for him is a lot to spend on crypto. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's all you have. But people ask him about a project and he just shoots out a price prediction. He has no idea. He bought Jasmine. It's $100 for Jasmine. He wants that to go up to get $2,000. If you're in this to make $2,000, go in the stock market. So not a big deal if you don't have a ton of cash, but what are you doing to get more cash, right? If you're going to be a crypto influencer, you got to hold some weight and you got to and he's very argumentative. I'm just trying to break down so you guys know. He does a good job, but you're not going to make any money with him. He's entertaining. He's worth listening to because he just does Q&A the whole time, questions and answers. But he will get into a fight with you. He's here to kind of argue. He doesn't understand jokes, which is hard when you're doing a stream. But he will not make you money. He has no money. He has no money. And he'll tell you he barely has anything invested in crypto. I have a ton invested in crypto, millions, okay? A ton in crypto. My portfolio swings $200,000 every day, but I've also been doing this a long time. I've also been in markets for a long time. I'm also in my 50s, lower 50s, 51. And I've lost millions, I've made millions, not in crypto, but in the other markets. I've lost $5 million by the time I was 29 and got it all back. So cryptocurrency news is worth listening to if you want to hear him just talk back and forth. But he will not make you money. And don't ever listen to his price predictions or anyone else. So I hope that helps in regards to that. All right, Skull. I watched Virtual Bacon. Virtual Bacon. I'm telling you, his videos, he goes deep. He'll go deep into the woods of technical. You don't need that to make money, but he is worth listening to. Especially his portfolio videos, when he gets out. Really like it. So, let's see. Going to go over some questions here. During the bull and bear market, we will have FUD. I'm going to talk about the bull market. I'm going to go all over the place here because I have a list. Bull market, we will have FUD, from our government and other governments around the world. You're going to hear things of this place is banning Bitcoin mining, or it's going to ban Bitcoin, or you're going to get that from China. Maybe every bull market we typically have that, or India. It's going to be a lot of noise, but it will drive the market down a little bit. But it'll pop back up. In a true bull market, it will come back. That is a buying opportunity during the bull market, right? You want to buy during a bear market, but we don't need to think about that right now. I'll go into a little of that. Also be wary of FOMO, right? You're hearing something, you see it go up 100, 200, 300%, be careful. Now, everyone will tell you never buy into green. That's bull crap, okay? Because I'll tell you why it's bull crap, because you do want to wait for a pullback if you can, but sometimes there's not a pullback until 1,000%. All right. Now, I can't tell you how many things I've seen and got in, and some I got hurt. I bought AMP at when it was doing great, and I'm down 100K on it, but it's coming back. All these things awaken. So don't listen to anyone say you prefer to buy in the red, but if you have to buy in the green, it's up 50%. It may You just have to keep an eye on it. It may go up another 1,000% or another 200% and then have a pullback. But the pullback might not be astronomical. I'll give you a perfect example. AIOZ. Okay, I do need to warn you that my thing gets a little crazy on streams. It gets slow. Right, I bought this. Here, I bought it at a penny. And I bought a crap load. I wish I bought 100 times more. No idea that it was going to pop this quick, but I just kept watching it. Right? Watching it. Boom, boom, boom. You know, just all of a sudden it picks up. It traded between, you know, it got popped up to 21, like here 20. A lot of people would have sold. I said, hell no. We're heading, if it was bear market, I would have sold. But we're heading out of the bear market. I kept on. Drop back down. Would have bought more, but my average cost was so low at a penny that I'm like, I'm not changing my average cost of 13 cents. I don't know where this thing's going, because the AI narrative was kind of coming on, but not incredibly. And that's why I bought this. I looked into it and I got it. I don't think it's the most incredible project in the world, but I know it's going to do well. Look, held on, kept trading between here and here and here. Look, same down to 10, 11 cents, you know, and then boom. Right? So here's the green. Look, you're telling me you shouldn't be buying it here on the way up? Of course you should. And it dipped back down, right? Got peaked up there, dipped back down. But look, you know, you don't need to be a TA guy. I don't spend a ton of time on that, but you just look at this. Look at the pattern. Look how it's making new higher lows, right? I believe this thing will be at $1. And I will have a ton of cash out of it. But I won't sell it at $1 right now. So don't necessarily listen to don't buy in the green. It doesn't always, nothing is set in stone. It's a good rule of thumb that we always want to buy when it's like this, when it's down, but not always. If something's trending up, you jump in. I jump in, my opinion. Okay? Another thing is you want to have a diverse portfolio. A lot of people say don't be overly diverse. I'm more diverse in this market than I ever have been before. And it is paying off because some of the ones that I have been down on, like AMP, ACH, from the last bull market, you know, there are certain ones where I'm down, you know, many hundreds of thousands. But because I'm so diverse and I've been buying since the bear market, little ones, which I'll go over because I know you want to know some of the smaller ones I've picked, they're going up, like AIOZ and other ones I'll show you, and a couple I bought this morning. It's evening it out. And when those come back, even if they come back to even or a little bit below that, that'll be great, right? I mean, AMP comes back to 6 cents where I bought it 6.5 cents. That's just money in the bank that I counted out. And I'll sell it. I don't need to, I'll go over the tokenomics, but you do want to be buying in the bear market. So, and I'll go over that. Okay. So I wanted to show a couple more folks because I keep getting questions on more YouTubers. And I'll go over what they say are the 20 best because you need to hear this, Skull, if you're newer to crypto. So, Coin Bureau, right? He will give you news. They will give you news. They're a marketing company. Right? Cointelegraph. Not going to make you rich. He's been around a long time. He doesn't know a ton about crypto. They're marketing people. He now has a partner, a female partner, but they're just marketing guys. He's good. He's smooth. I would watch his videos, but they're just guessing. BitBoy, Ben Armstrong now, right? He's a scammer. That's all I can say. He, watch his videos. I've seen him since he was in his closet, and then he got, meaning he used to do videos in his closet, and then he got huge during the last bull market. It wasn't very hard to do. Same with all Coin Daily and George and all that. I'll show you George. He is shilling. He's always shilled. He's cost a ton of people money. He did great in the last bull market because it was easy. You make a pick. It's going to go up, and you'll see that when we're in the true bull market. Hype. It'll go crazy. So you could just throw anything out there and it'll be right. But his ego is huge. He is shilling so much stuff. you go on his channel, all he does, he said when he lost all his money and was kicked out of his channel for being who he is, he said he cheated on his wife, left his wife for a woman, and cried that he needed money. People sent him money, and he's back on his feet. And he said he was going to keep it simple. Well, he got huge again in regards to his expenses, and then cried again and left. And now, he was fighting last night for money on IFC. So don't trust a word he says. If you want to watch it, I can't even watch him. I mean, I will put it on just because I think I should have him on in the background to hear what crap he's saying, and it's it's just wrong. He costs a ton of people money, and some people are not good people. I'll just leave it at that. We went over altcoin daily. This guy's good. He goes over many investing things. Listen to Brian Jung. He'll go over what he's doing, but it's not just crypto. He's all over the place. But I would listen to him. Go check him out. I don't know, Kevin O'Leary. Went over Benjamin. Yeah. This is good for information only. Go to 99 Bitcoins. Check it out. All right, so George, Cryptos R Us. He got big last time due to uncovering some mining things, F2 pool. He thinks we're going to be in a super cycle always. He's just Bitcoin. He used to not even be into altcoins, barely. I like George. I listen to him, but I think he doesn't appreciate his subscribers. He takes advantage of them. He's not appreciative at all. He never gives back with all the millions people have made him. His subscribers have. And he has a loyal following. Hey, 88. Yeah, 88, I'll get to the sort of looking more at the chat in a minute. I was impressed. I wasn't impressed with Ben. He's a strong, tough guy, but man, his wind, I thought he was going to have a heart attack. It wasn't true MMA, which I didn't like. I was hoping they were going to have MMA. But, I got to hand it to Ben to be in there. He packs a wallop of a punch. But he should have been up against a bigger guy. That guy was light. And I think it was a true fight on, and they would have let it go more. He would have lost. Ben would have been knocked out on that first punch that he laid him out on. And AI, of course, yes. What do you think of the trend is going to be? I'm investing Bitcoin layers to cryptos. Yeah, I think AI is great. I think AI is great. I sold my Fetch AI, and this is even someone who's been in it forever, like myself, or 88 Metal, even though he's not really in the AI stuff. They had some issues the other week in regards to money, and I sold it. I didn't lose money, but it popped up. It doubled. It was stupid on me, but it's okay. I took that money and allocated it. I think AI is a great narrative. You just have to be careful. There's many that aren't moving that much, but I think it'll still do great. If I was you, I would look at, as I mentioned, AIOZ. I just watched it go up from a penny and kept accumulating it there. So, as I said, George, he's kind of a naysayer on most cryptos, and he's shilling some memes now. You just have to be careful, but he's good with the technical stuff, but just be careful. He's not going to make you rich, but he is pro Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not going to make you rich either. Crypto Banter, I went over them. The Moon, stay away from this guy. He is a shiller and a scammer of the most. Just please, everyone who's listening to this, and the guys who sent me questions on who to trust and who not to trust, never listen to him. I could play you videos now where he said, someone will say, hey, where's Bitcoin going this cycle? $1 million. He says it without thinking about it. Or where's Ethereum going? 100 grand. No way either of those are making it to there. Lark Davis, check him out. He gives some good stuff. Shills a few things, but he knows the stuff. Not too appreciative of his followers as well. He's nice, but he kind of needs to delve in deeper with his community and answer more questions. But Lark's worth subscribing to and listening to. Crypto Casey, as Boom, I know you listen to. She's awesome for information. Not going to make you rich, but she should be subscribed to. She does a great job of informative stuff. This guy is all right. He does a lot of short videos and some other stuff. His picks are a little ridiculous, but everyone's picks are ridiculous. Okay, so that's that. Some sites to check out to get your news. Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, and there's a million. There's a million of these. You can use those to get some good news. So another channel we didn't go over is Discover Crypto. Discover Crypto is where Ben came from. It was called BitBoy. Here's the good, bad, and ugly about that. You have DZ on there mostly, and a guy named Josh. Josh knows the stuff. DZ has no money. He's getting more money, but he, it's entertainment. All these for the most part are entertainment. But there's also Drew and Nick and a few other people. Kelly. Only one I kind of take with any thoughts and hold any merit to is Josh. He's the youngest out of all them, but DZ's had some good picks, but they're always kind of shilling stuff, and they want you to go to Discord groups and this and that, or they're any channel that holds you hostage for likes and a certain amount of likes, and then they'll share news with you, or they'll share a particular project. That's bullshit to me. They should be happy that you're there listening to them and share that with you. And then they'll hold things, many of these like that I went over, for their premium groups. That's wrong, right? Pay me to jump into a premium group. Or George will not even answer questions. People will send him $100 super chat and he won't even answer it. That's ridiculous. Yes, I'll kind of look over at the chat now. Also think RWAS like Ondo are going to do good, since it's a lot of, investors familiarized with. So Ondo's been great. I got in it, bought it down to 21 cents. I think Ondo's great. I have Goldfinch. Looking at Maple, I don't like Maple's trading volume. I don't like Goldfinch's trading volume. I'll go over that. You can take a look at that now. So, all right, Ondo, let's see where we're at now. We get $0.43. 43 cents. So my average is right around, I bought all the way down here, came out, boom, 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 shot down. I started buying at 27 cents, kept DCAing. That's what you want to do is, if you believe in something, you want to get your average cost. So as it was going down, I believed in this project with, the little research I was doing on it. I just loved their idea, and I dug in as much as I could with what knowledge is out there, and boom, boom, up, it's kind of staying there for a while. It just kept accumulating. I even bought some on the way up. Look at, they have some good backers, I'd like to see the volume up more. And please note this, you have to look at circulating supply. That's important, 1.4 billion. So it takes a little bit to move this, but guess what? They have a ton coming out. I think they're whole diluted. I think they have about 10 billion, but not released, at least per their site and token unlocks, not for another 300 and some days. So we have quite a bit of bull market to get through to get a pretty good release. We have a ton of release coming, but not for almost a year. So you have to take that into mind. Always look at the tokenomics, right? You can go on sites like Token Unlocks. Okay, Token Unlocks is a site you have to have. Also CoinGecko. And I'll show you a few others. But so here we go. Upcoming event, not for another 328 days. So unless we go into a serious bear market, once those tokens get unlocked, if we're in a bear market, it gets pushed down further. If we're in a bull market, it could just get swallowed up. So before you buy something, you have to look at token supply. What's circulating? What's the total supply? The total supply, if it's 100 billion and they have a billion out right now, but they're not going to release another 90 billion for 3 years, who cares? That doesn't matter. If they're going to release it every month, a billion every month, stay the hell away from it. I don't care what project it is. So token unlocks is huge, right? You got to get an account and all that, but a lot of times you can just look at this. I'm not going to sign in right now, but token unlocks, CoinGecko. The coin perspective. Let's see if it works today. Sometimes it's been having issues. Look at that. Yeah, let's see. So XRP. Okay, so let's take something like XRP. Right? People think it's gonna go to. Look at It's got a market cap of 29 billion right now, right? People think it's going to go to $1,000 or $500 or $100. It's never going to happen. For it to do a 10x, now it's almost 300 billion. That's for $5. Let's see what's at 300 billion right now. Ethereum. That means it has to have the same market cap of Ethereum. Not saying it can't do that, but it'll take a lot of money. Look at their circulating supply, 54 billion. Look at their total supply, 100 billion. We don't know when all these are going to be released. 20x, $10, 500, almost 600 billion. Okay. For it to be $20, $1 trillion, that is not happening. Unless the market does unbelievable, that is unlikely. And I own a ton of it at 17 cents. So you need to check out this site and figure out you can do it with math. I'm not going to go over that right now, but you have to know the tokenomics of a project. Yeah, I got it. I didn't know about that thing. So I also didn't. What, Skull, you didn't know about tokenomics? Seems to be a delay. So how you want to pick coins, right? In regards to sorry, looking at 10 different things here. What I do is I do listen to people I mentioned before. If they're projects that they're looking at and it sounds promising, then I do my own research. Right, so I will get some. I've had some good winners from like DZ and Josh and other YouTubers and Ben in the past. But then I do my research. I don't do it just because they said they're doing it, right? Because a lot of times they're not. Oh, about token unlocks. Yeah, that's huge. That is huge because there was one I was going to buy. I was going to buy a hell of a lot of this, and sometimes it doesn't matter, Skull. Sometimes it doesn't matter. It depends where we're at in the market. Sometimes it just gets swallowed up. Bonafide, I like this. This is like Metal bought, and Metal's on here. He bought something called Ethereum Name Service. And this is a similar project. Okay. Very similar. But it's on the Solana network instead of Ethereum, right? And so I was going to buy this 30. It doesn't look like it's a bad buy. I want to get it. I was going to buy it around here too. But the problem is this. It has like a ton of unlocks coming. A ton. And like 25 million a month. And, it might not mean anything, but, with this volume, it will, right? We got 11 million volume. And if we have 25 million being unlocked, not going to do good. Yeah, ENS is awesome. So this is the... Metal, this is the ENS. I believe I mentioned it to you before. Bonafide is the ENS of Solana. So worth watching, guys. This is worth watching, but the token unlocks is what scared me off, and the low volume. I don't care so much about the low volume, but in that with the token unlocks that's happening, it's on a maybe list for me. Right? I'll probably watch it go all the way up to $1, just like ENS. But so what I'll do in regards to some coins I'm looking at, as I mentioned, I do my own reading, but then I'll look at some, the videos I have, I probably have about 20 guys I listen to every day in the background. And I go to here to see if they're on Coinbase. I only buy on Coinbase. Like I mentioned before, other DEXs I've used in the past, Binance and everything else you could think of, I don't do it anymore. I just use this because to me it's just the way I do it, the way I make money, and actually the way Metal makes money. We're not everyday traders. So if it's on here, I'll do my thing. Also, I want to mention meme coins. I've only bought one, and it's a joke. And as soon as a meme coin hits Coinbase, it's dead. It might have a little rally, but it's done. All the stuff happens before it's listed here. And there's a reason why Coinbase doesn't list it. And I'm no lover of this, of Coinbase. It's just, it's very expensive, and it's not there's things about it that I don't love, mostly the fees. Even though I'm a Coinbase One user. So I do get a break on it, but it doesn't cover it. You know, I get about 10,000 a month, and I do more than that. So I will look at, then sometimes I'll look at market caps on here, right? I'll look at lower market caps and go from there. And I'll look at supply, and then I start digging into some of these projects, and I start doing research on YouTube. And then I start reading about it. There's not a ton of information. I don't necessarily love it, but you know, I'll go over some of the ones that I've been picking because I know I've gotten a lot of requests for smaller ones. Let's see. I like Link. It touches. Yep. 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 I know you like your ETH. I do too. It'll do fine. It's a nice, safe play. I think you should, if you have the money, you should have some of that in your portfolio. If you want to be don't want to be risky, risk averse. Do that. Do Bitcoin. A few other things, Solana, ENS. But some, you know, like this one, I got in this very early. Ran up quite a bit. And it's coming back down, right? I mean, I was up about $25,000, but I believe it'll still do fine. I'm not selling out of it because you have to remember here in the U.S. there's capital gains, short-term capital gains tax. That's pretty good. That'll hit you hard. You want to avoid that if possible, unless it's, you know, unless you've made a ton of money and you're happy with it, and you have to understand the short-term gains you're going to be playing on it. So PNG. This got to 50 cents this week, 49 cents. I'm in where am I in it? I'm in at 10 cents. So would have been a good profit. I'm waiting. I don't think it's near done. It'll have a pullback, but it spikes up like that. I believe, you know, tokenomics are right on this one. It's very down. You want to look at popularity as well. Where is it at? Are people, you know, a lot of people just look at the top 100, but not the people who want to kind of speculate. They go deeper because that's where you find the hidden, riskier plays. But you'll get those. You'll get something that just pops. I have one question on Coinbase Wallet. I have limits to buy ETH, but in the exchange, I don't have those limits. They apparently want me to buy ETH and then transfer it to my wallet. Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do. Me personally, I'd put it on a tangent, as I mentioned. Coinbase Wallet, if Coinbase goes down, you're still safe in that, but still, I'd have something separate. You know, let's say you have a bunch of ETH, keep a little on the wallet, but keep the majority on tangent. I live in New Jersey. I can't stake ETH in the wallet. Oh yeah. Can't stake. Yeah, New Jersey, New York. You guys have it a lot more difficult out there. But I'm telling you, please look into the Tangent wallet. Don't just, if you want to be diversified, don't just have it on Coinbase Wallet and the other one you mentioned. Do something easy and secure like Tangent. At least that's what and not what I would do. That's what I do. See this Suku. I've been looking at that for 3 months. Didn't pull the trigger. And you're going to see that a lot on the ones. I mean, I've had more that I didn't pull the trigger on that have been doing amazing, right? It's going to buy it right around here. Didn't pull the trigger on it. Just because I'm in so many riskier ones that I was questioning this. I didn't love the volume at the time. Not a ton of stuff you can find on it, so I get weary. You know, you can only take so much risk in your portfolio. So back to, as I was saying, you know, so just be careful with Discover Crypto. I think they're worth listening to, but don't bother going to the basement thing that they do. It's just conspiracy theories and negativity. You want to stay with the positive, and they don't know what the hell they're talking about there. And you know, DZ's newer to crypto. He's only been in one cycle. You want to, you know, he does his work, But, Josh, he's only like a 25, 26-year-old kid. He does a good job, but, the only thing I don't like about that he does is hold, if I get to 300 likes, I'll share this with you. I just don't like that, holding things over people's head. They should be thankful that you're in there talking to them in the first place and watching. Let's see what other questions I had sent over to me. So tokenomics we went over. Like I said, memes. Be careful with memes. I would stay away from them. If you're going to buy them before they get into Coinbase, all right, just know that you might lose everything, right? The truth is you might lose everything on all this except for Bitcoin and probably Ethereum. Everything could go to zero. It won't, in my view, but it could. People didn't think things would go to a penny. I've got a ton that are below a penny, right? I've mentioned I own this at 6.5 cents. I'm down hundreds of thousands of dollars on it, but it woke up. Look where we were. That's where we were. This is where I bought it. Look at it ride down below a penny. Guess what? Kept going down, down, down. It's on its way back up possibly, and so you can't count anything out in a bear market. And look at this. One I was going to speculate on like a year ago. Look at how this has gotten killed and awakened, and it's over a penny now, right? Got killed. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. So it's lowered, and then it awakes. Look at it now, right? It's just crazy. It just shows you, I wasn't going to sell my losses. Yep, AVAX is, they went down for about 5 hours yesterday. You don't hear much about it. If it's Solana, it's the end of the world. Yeah, AVAX definitely has been a lagger. And I think it'll have its turn, but you just never know. In Render, Render, Render's great. And Render will do great. They're involved with NVIDIA. Problem is, it's on such a tear. Will it have a pullback? Right? And it was just listed on the 14th here. Should have bought it then, but it was a little. That's pretty good, right? And you're going to do good with it, but it's having a pullback a little bit now. And note that we typically have pullbacks on Sundays. We didn't last Sunday, but typically we do. So it's usually a good buying opportunity if there's no significant news, people selling out. Remember, ETFs are not happening during the weekend. There's no institutional money. And speaking of that, I did want to mention that Grayscale's outflows has slowed a little bit. What's happened with that is, Metal, you're aware of this. I just don't know if other people listening to this know. The ETFs, Grayscale has been selling off, not them, but their customers, and they had to make up for FTX. So been a ton of outflows, and there will be more, but they're slowing a little bit. They could pick up. We also will have Genesis as well selling out. We got me some that Render. Oh, nice. Where'd you buy it at, Metal? We went over tokenomics, meme coins, diverse portfolio. All right, so let's talk about some of the stuff, because one of the main questions I got yesterday was coins I've picked. These are going to be risky ones, okay? Suku should have been in that. So Cody is one of them. Go one by one here. So let's start with, I'm going to go through a few picks that have been great and what I think will still do well. So Ondo, as we mentioned, it's a little high right now to get in, but I think it'll be all right. I would look for a retracement back, but it may not happen. Yes. Into crypto. Yeah. So, to comment on what you're saying early, I did want to comment on that. You are very, very early. You're not at the beginning, right? The bull market started technically when we hit $15,000 and we came up from there, but we're not in the hype. We hyped up before the ETFs, and then we had a big sell off for many reasons. One of them I mentioned was the grayscale. But you're very early, so you buy something at 10 instead of 1. Whoopie-doo. If it's going to go up to 100 or $1, let's say it's in cents, you're still very early, right? You'll never pick the bottom. You'll never pick the top. I wanted to buy Bitcoin at $10,000 because I saw it dropping. Well, I was stupid. I didn't get it at 15,000. Now I own it from years ago at 8,000 and below 8,000. But I wanted to pick up about 10 Bitcoins at 10K. That didn't happen. And so I didn't buy it. Then I'm like, should I buy it 20K? Nah, I didn't buy it. So, I hope. So I am investing in most of my money I do in e-commerce, but I am going to invest at least 10% of my money in crypto. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do 10%, I'd say I have 50% in crypto, if not more. It depends. Right now I have a ton in it, but I also do 401k and other things. But I have a ton in crypto, and that's my main focus because that's truly, we're heading into, we will eventually head into a parabolic phase of crypto. We're not near there. We have the halving coming up. There could be a sell-off after that. That's when you want to pick up some stuff. You constantly want, if there's some projects you like, you constantly want a DCA when it dips down, if you believe in it. Yes, it is. It's true. Know where you want to sell it before you buy it. Not easy to stick to, but selling is the hardest part. Buying is pretty easy when things, when you're excited about stuff. In regards to price predictions, I didn't go into. Whenever anyone gives you a price prediction, don't listen to them. They don't know. I'll tell you where I want to get out. I'll tell you, I don't know where it's going to go. If anyone knew that, and this goes for the professionals, if anyone knew that, they wouldn't share it. Nobody knows. Oh, it's going to go to $1. It's going to go to $100. People think Solana's going to go to $1,000. It could, but it will be very difficult to get up there. People think Bitcoin's going to 250, 300K. It could. I think it's going to go to 150K at the most. I mean, who's going to buy it above that? You got to think of who wants to buy it 100K? You? Me? No, I'm not buying it. Hey, my pleasure, Skull. There we go. Let's see this. Here we go. So for Bitcoin, right? We're here at 1 trillion. For it to get to 250K, it's a 5 trillion market cap. You know what it'll take to get to $250,000? Extreme difficulty. So for my guys in Bombay and a couple other people, let me go over a couple projects that you wanted to hear about, some of the smaller ones that I'm in. Okay. Cody, that's one of them. But that's a little higher money-wise that you may be looking at. I'm going to go into some of the degenerate picks. And when I say degenerate, these are gambles. But I truly believe in them. And I bought them low enough where I'm in good shape. All right. One I bought today. Threshold. Done enough waiting on it. I'm in. Bought it below this. Spent about just only $3,000 on it. Gets to 20 cents. I'm in good shape. I'm not going to go over all the metrics and all that. It's got a high circulating supply. Still got a couple, billion or so to come out. I don't care. If it gets to 9 cents, I'm in good shape. And it will, in my view. This will get to 9 cents. So threshold, that's one. I finally jumped in. I've been waiting. You'd buy more Bitcoin at 100K? Oh, not me. Near's a great buy. I'm in at $1. So I don't, I get weird. I don't necessarily like to ruin my average in. Might be a stupid thought, but I mean, I think Near will do incredible, right? It's 369. I'm in, I should buy more, but I should have, before $3. I hate to ruin my average. My average is $1. And I hate to buy it at $3. It's a mental game. It's just a mental game. I buy when it gets lower. There's a project back NVIDIA called, yep, that's Skull. I've been looking at that as well. Not on Coinbase at this point. And like I said, that's where I buy it. So it's not much help to you when you guys, you buy it on KuCoin or whatever. I just don't get involved with that anymore. I used to. I just buy stuff on Coinbase. Yeah, we're hitting 100K today. I mean, this 2 trillion, we're definitely hitting 100K. I'm not buying more there. Near is up. Yes, Near is great. It'll go up and down, but I mean, all right, so let's look at, all right, only a $3.8 billion market cap, right? So we can relate that to, right? I mean, Caspa, these is a better project than Caspa, and Atom, so for it to, let's say, it's got to be in link category, right, to really do something. So for $36, which I think we will hit, it's only a 38 billion market cap. In the bull run, that is nothing. And one thing I do want to stress about the bull run, no one knows when it's going to end. It could end at any minute with a environment. All it takes is a serious event, and we are in, stock market crashes. We follow the stock market. We are not decoupled. We do decouple sometimes, depends what happens, but we are coupled to that. That's sentiment. People get scared. They get out of everything, technology-wise. They put it into something safer. They put it into cash. They put it into, treasury bonds. But so the bull market can end at any moment. Just, we get into a war, we have a serious cyber attack or attack, whatever it may be, some event will, or inflation heads back up horribly and they raise rates again, whatever it may be, a horrible economy, it will throw us into a bear market. I don't believe I think it'll take something major for that to happen. Major. But I'm just letting you know. No one knows when that's going to happen. Buy 100K narrative depending on, of course, it's late 2000. Yeah. It is timing, right? You're not old. Like I say, people diff stuff, their goals. Yep. Exactly. Well, I mean, we do have different goals. You've made good calls and you made safe calls. If I was ready, if I was a little older and I just wanted to double and triple my money, it would all be ETH, Near, Chainlink, Bitcoin. It would all be that. And I haven't, and I'm in those, but I'm not, that's where I know I'm not going to make it. I don't want to put 100 grand or 20 grand into Bitcoin and double that. I'm doing other plays. It's not for everyone. But, if I had, 4 million to play with, I would just do Bitcoin and ETH and a couple other things where I'm going to double and triple it, maybe 4 times that, and I'll be fine. Still thinking of buying. Can't see what you said there because the stupid chat has a heart above that. I'm going to say, there we go. AIOZ, yes. Keep an eye on AIOZ. I would. In my opinion, not telling no financial advice, but I'm in so low that I'm not messing with my average. I'm stupid, but I would buy it. I think if it does, I'm hoping for a sell-off tomorrow. If it dips, I may throw a few thousand into it. I just hate, when you're up, thousands of % on something, you hate to hurt that average. Over a couple more for the low caps for you guys overseas that are sleeping that want this video. Marlin Pond. This is one I have a crap load of, and I think it'll do very good. It already has for me. I have not as much as I'd like. 64,000 of of these. My average cost is a penny. Okay. All right. Not a huge volume, decent amount of, circulating supply. I believe it'll hit 10, 20 cents. That's my goal. And I'll make okay money. Not enough. I didn't buy enough of this. I'll buy more when we get into the 1 cent-ish area. BenQ, I have been accumulating forever, and I have a ton. Not enough, but I have 150,000 of these. Okay, my average price is not saying here for some reason. Let's see here, and it's like 117. So I buy this like every couple days. Sometimes I buy it multiple times a day. Right. It's tough to sell the fastest horse. Yep. Yeah, I can't believe Flair. I was expecting, so I bought more XRP before the snapshot. What was that, 4 years ago? And just to get more Flair. And the only thing they airdropped to me was 3,600 Flair, which is bullshit. I was supposed to get like 70,000. And so I got screwed on that. But, it didn't cost me anything. I actually bought more XRP, which is fine. I'm in the money on it. But Flair, it's amazing how well it's doing. It's got a big circulating supply. So take what I said about circulating supply, it counts, but it doesn't always. When people want it to go up, it goes up. Look at Jasmine. It has a huge circulating supply, and it went up to over a penny, which is a significant percentage, thousands, hundreds and hundreds, maybe 400, 500, 600%. But BenQI, for the guys who wanted to know, keep an eye on this. This is a great project. It has not had its run yet. In my opinion, it's going to do great. At least 50 cents, in my view. And I have a ton of this. I want to get about 200,000. I'm hoping for a little bit more of a sell-off and buy some like 0.150, 0.62. That's where I was buying it yesterday. BenQI. Keep a close eye on that. That is definitely one I would accumulate. It's so cheap. Does not cost a lot of money to get into it. Interested, take screenshot. Yes. Couple more low guys, riskier ones. Alluvium. This is, let me show you why I like Alluvium. Oops. It's way more expensive, but I need you to look at this. You're gonna 5 times X this. In my view, I have a ton of it, around 70, 80. Look at the circulating supply, 3.8 million. It takes nothing to move this. Nothing. 30 million volume, boom, it shoots up. Guess what? It shoots down too. But look at the all-time high. Not saying it can get back there, a couple thousand. There. Right? If it gets to here, I'll be happy. If it gets to here, I'll be happy. If it gets to here, I'll be happy. But Alluvium, in my view, will, once the bull run is on, and this is a gaming narrative. You asked about narratives before, Skull. Gaming, RWAs, definitely RWAs, and AI gaming, and and the narratives change, right? But keep an eye on Suko too for a pullback. That might be good to get in. Like I said, I wanted to get in at 4 cents, didn't. But Alluvium, I'm telling you, keep an eye on that. That would buy. I want to show you another one. These are more expensive. I just want to go to some more mid cap type of stuff. Quant. A ton of this. It's a business play, business to business. Only 12 million. It's going to have 14 million. That's nothing. Not a lot of volume, but this, in my view, will, I believe it'll get to about $700-800 pretty easily when we get into the thick of things. They have a great team behind it. The guy running the show is awesome. It's worth looking at. Need to get back to those smaller plays for Polyswarm. Polyswarm's another good one, in my view. Have a ton of it. It is a cyber play, a security play. have a ton of it below a penny. Right? Not a huge supply right now. Very low volume, but volume, it's all over the place. That's where I'm at. Even lower than this, right around here. Right? Look at that. It's in a good buying zone, in my opinion. We're down here. I know we'll have a swing up, in my view. That's why I have it, and that's why I keep accumulating more. I have about 100,000 of those. Here's a real risky one. It's in the stable world, but I have a ton way below a penny. And the reason I'm going over these is I got a ton of requests to go over small coins that I'm invested in. I'm not going to give advice and talk about other ones that I'm not in, only the ones I'm invested in. I always think lots of ATH won't hit. Yeah, all-time high again. And yes, I agree. I think all-time highs will be agreed. I'm just trying to get in many of them where I bought it. And that's only a few now. I mean, the way I've diversified since the bear market, all my losses I'm in the green, way in the green. The losses are still there, but they're coming back. AMP has awakened, and a little bit. It'll slowly but surely. Everything has its turn. It might not get back to all-time highs. I don't even care about that. I don't care as long as it's long. Well, a couple times before, after I bought it, I've got enough that have 30, 40, 50x. With diversification. So this one is up and down, up and down. Very risky, but I have a ton of it. Not enough, but a ton. And it's way above my average cost, so I'm kind of staying out. But I think I would like to see this at 20, 30 cents, and I'll be happy. Here's a real risky degen one as well that I have 200,000 of, and way below where I got it. Circuits of value, right? I've seen a lot of this. Yeah, ETH you'll do fine on, but it's not getting where people think it is. It's not getting to $20,000 in my opinion. Circuits of value, another risky degen, right? I mean, I've seen the volume at a couple 100,000 and then boom, 2.2 million, which is very low. But these are degens that people ask for, right? Not even 2 cents. You can get a ton of it. I got a ton of it long below a penny. Circuits of value. All right, let me go over a couple more. That's enough on the degen. Here's another RWA that is not doing great, but I'm in it. Goldfinch. You wanted the RWAs. Here you go. I don't love the tokenomics, but it's not horrible, right? I think it's 100 million, maybe its total supply, something like that. But the volume sucks. And with Maple, it sucks too. But I think it'll have its turn. Ondo's taking the steam out of these guys. But I'm in on this one a little bit. Very little allocation, but that's another RWA to take a look at. Yep, love ETH. ETH is great. Unfortunately, I want it to drop and get more. But let's take a look at the tokenomics of ETH, right? Right now we're, it's significant, right? For this to get to $14, $15, it'll take $1.8 trillion. I think a lot of projects are taking the thunder away from ETH. So I think it's going to struggle to see that. I think if there's an ETF that comes out, and I think it'll be delayed as much as possible, I think Gary and the SEC will delay it as much as they can. I don't see we're seeing a 14K ETH. I would love it if we did. Guys, when you take an entry, what do you look at to buy a good entry? Hold on. Hitting a test because I want to, okay. Because I have one question, guys. When you take an entry, what you look for in a coin to buy in a good entry? Well, I mean, what I look in a coin is, it depends. It depends. If it's Ethereum, where's the potential? Where do I think it's going to go? Where's the news on it? What do I want out of it? Right? Ethereum, I personally believe, we could, I think at the most we see 14K, which is awesome if it actually happens. Personal view, I think we're closer to like something like 8,000, right? Something like that, to be honest with you. But what I look at is it scammy? Yeah, I do a test on mine just because when I read the chat on YouTube on another screen, some of the things you guys write are hidden by some of the symbols they have. So I hit test to just kind of move it up so I can read it. So I want to look at how good the project is, how good the team is, what are people saying about it, what am I willing to risk, where's it at from the last cycle. If it's a new project, okay, what's the volume, what's the circulating supply, right? Entry point doesn't bother me as much when I'm first getting into a project. I look at where it was last week, where it was today, where it was a month ago, where it was a year ago, and I kind of decide that way, right? And I don't jump into anything ever, because whenever I've done that, I've gotten hurt, years and years and years ago. I do my due diligence by what I've told you, reaching out to me or Metal or looking them up on YouTube, seeing the videos. Speaking of, did I get rid of that? Oh, yeah, I got rid of the guy. I wanted to talk about a couple more. Hold on one sec. Me right now, I am very interested. Render, Ondo, and already swap. Yep, I would jump in. If it was me, what I would do is I wouldn't. I think render will keep going up, to be honest with you, but I'm not jumping in. I wanted to mention a couple other guys. I forgot to mention Paul Barron, awesome channel, just news. He's not going to make you rich. He's worth subscribing to. It's a little professional. I like it a lot. Has some good guests on there, but he doesn't really give you tokens. He just goes over the news. Worth listening to. This guy, Jerry Banfield, if you listen to him, he hates every crypto. Hates them all. He will convince you not to buy any of them. He's worthless. Smart guy. What he said is probably not inaccurate, but he's wrong about. He gives you. If you listen to him, you'll only buy ICP. That's really the most he'll buy, and so be careful with this guy. He's a naysayer and doesn't like anything. You won't make any money if you listen to him. Sorry. So that's I knew there were a couple I forgot. Yeah. Speaking of ICP, that's funny. So ICP, had a good run already. I think it'll do well again. It'll have another leg up, but it had such a huge leg up already, which is fine. It's consolidating. Things go up and then they breathe, like Avalanche. Injective is another good one, but it's totally breathing. I wanted to buy more. Right? I was either $3,000 in Injective or Threshold. I went with Threshold. I might do the Injective as well, but this has been stagnant in this area. It popped up to like 39 or something the other, then popped right back down, right? We have been in a consolidation here and just sideways action, which is good, which is what you want, because I've been watching Injective since right here. Should I buy here? No, never did, and then boom, look at that. We're not getting back down here anytime soon. Next bear market, but their tokenomics are great. Everything about it's great. It's just taking such a breather. I've been hesitant. What am I going to do with this? Am I going to double my money, triple my money? I don't know. And I'm not into if I put $3 or $4 into something to make $15,000. That's not why I'm doing this. It's not even on here. Let's see. Gotta love. Joshua Jake. So I mentioned him, Skull, before on Discover Crypto. So what I think of Joshua Jake, I think he's very smart. I think he shills a little bit. Let me tell you what I don't care for. I'll do that first. I don't care for people who, and he doesn't do a lot, but rip on other communities, right? When people rip on XRP communities, now I'm not a maxi for anything. I'm a maxi for money and helping. But when you rip on communities, I think it's wrong. It's just like, you know, in politics and religion, you kind of stay out of it. You're gonna hurt. You know, you're gonna discriminate against and ostracize 50% of the people. Why would you do that? That's what Bob does as well with crypto rumors, crypto news. I don't like that crap. Why would you ostracize a whole community and make them feel like shit? That's stupid. If you don't like a project, you don't like it, but don't rip on it. I mean, that's just moronic to me. Completely moronic. But I think Joshua Jake is very smart. He's had some good picks in there, but I don't like on Discover Crypto how he holds things back, holding you hostage, as I mentioned before, for likes. I don't like that. No pun intended. But, you know, Ben does that. All these people do that. It's you know, what I do like about Bob is he asks for likes once. Wendy, she's one to listen. I don't listen to her at all anymore just because all she does is yap and ask for likes 50 times a stream. If you ask for likes 50 times a stream, it gets a little old. We know you want to like the video. I know I want you to like mine. I care more about you guys sharing this and having more viewers on. But Joshua Jake, he's worth listening to, for sure. I wish the show was just him and not DZ, to be honest with you, and he just had his stream and he could talk, because DZ throws in a bunch of anecdotal stuff and a bunch of nonsense off topic like Ben does, and just stay to topic. So I'm a fan of his in regards to his knowledge. I admire how sharp the guy is. What's this doing? I always have internet issues when I stream. There we go. Yeah, so I've heard a great deal about this Skull, but I'm not in it. That's interesting. I'll do some deeper looking into it, but unfortunately I can't even look at it on, it doesn't even come up here, which is very weird. Anyways, but Joshua Jake is worth listening to. I just don't like the hostage BS. And I purposely never like their videos, because if you're going to hold something hostage to me, it's just wrong. As you mentioned, Render, I think Render, you just keep a very close eye on it. Hopefully it's a pullback today. Remember, when there's a ton of hype, what comes up a lot of times comes down, you know, has a pretty good retracement back. Yeah, but he's a sharp guy, Skull. He's, you know, and I can appreciate that. I think in regards to small picks, yeah, you know, I jumped into a couple fun ones to see how they did. You know, like I said, Bonk was the only meme coin I've ever bought, just as an experiment, and it went straight down after it went up, and it's all right. It'll come back and break even. I don't have enough in it to care, but you know, I think Link will do incredible. Link doesn't do as good in bull runs. It's had already a massive run up, but it'll do great. But you don't fully know, right? Maybe, you know, a lot of times when things get pumped up, like Injective did and like Solana did, a lot of times they had their bull run, meaning they had their largest spike. I personally think Solana is going to do amazing, but I don't fully know. I mean, I have a ton of it. Doesn't mean I know where it's going. You know, I want it to go to 1,000, but you know, for something to get to 100 to 1,000 it's not an easy task, right? It's not like Solana has $1 million circulating supply where it can pop up that quick. But I mean, look at the run up it's had, right? So it's, you know, things lose steam and consolidate for, you know, Solana has been for a long period of time, and Injective, like I told you. But, you know, when something goes like this, you know, look at that. It's going to take a while. Does it get its steam back, right? Chainlink always does great toward, you know, in a bear market, and then it'll do good, but it may only 2x from here, may 3. People are thinking well over $100. I don't think so, but what do I know? I mean, look at Cardano. XRP has not had their time at all yet. And look at, one of the main reasons is huge supply. It's going to take a lot to get this up to $1, but it'll do it, I think, right? Usually things have their turn, but it's pathetic how they have, Cardano's done much better than XRP, but it's amazing how they are not following the market at all. It's pathetic. And look at, Avalanche. How is that not at $70 right now? It's just amazing. How is Chainlink not at 30 or 40, right? So a lot of steam has been taken out of it. Things have their run and then they may be done, right? Not necessarily, but you just never know. A couple other ones that I think will come back will be BAT, Basic Attention Token. It usually does all right, $1, $2 at the most. I have a ton of this, and I'm all the way at 60 cents is break even, but I own it, $1.17, a ton of it. I know I'll get my money out of it. It just has to almost double a little bit. It hasn't even had a run yet at all. DOT, will DOT do well? Polkadot, we'll see. The graph is finally starting to wake up. I owned the graph at 30 cents last bull run and sold it. Look where it got down to. GRT has big. I think it's 10 billion at this point. Yeah. I got in last market when it was 1 billion. But look at the run it's had, right? Because it's on the AI narrative. They're not an AI coin, but people think they are. They think it's an AI narrative. They call them the Google of blockchains, but it's got a pretty big market cap. So for it to reach $1, I think it could, but we'll have to see. And I only bought a few $1,000s worth at around 10 cents. This go run at it. Don't care about the project. I know it's, in my mind, it's going to get back to $1. Cosmos, right? That's one that I'm into as well. I don't recommend getting it. I think everything that plays on Cosmos, because you don't have to use Cosmos to there's nothing that's on Cosmos that uses Atom. So it's in my view, it's not a great play. I think it'll double, triple, but there's better projects. Cosmos is great, just not, everything that's on it is what I would do. I own it around $6.97 here, just shy of $7. So it'll do fine, but it's nothing I'll buy more of. Another one, VeChain I'm not getting into. I think their tokenomics, I don't like it. I think it'll do fine, but another one, it's in the IoT phase that I wanted to buy at 2 cents and I never did. This is worth watching, though I don't love their tokenomics, but I think it's having, it's wakened up. You have to think of these projects that have been kind of sitting for a while. They all have their turn, whether it's down or up. Usually they at least have a little spin up, double and triple. So if you have something that's 2 cents and you just want to triple your money, and if it's not a dead project, more than likely it's going to happen. One that I'm stuck in at 11 cents, which was a payment competitor to AMP, is this. So this is a perfect example of rushing into something. Came out on Coinbase. This is in the height of the bull run last time. I bought it at 11 cents, and it popped up to 20 some cents, right? Boom, came out and it's where boom, got it that day. Boom, up there, right? Got it. Didn't sell. Boom, it came down, and I just held on. Watch it go all the way down. Just want to get my money out of it. That's a perfect example of one that I should have scalped, because it literally went from 10 cents to 20 cents to 10 cents to 20 cents, 15 cents, 20 cents. Should have just sold it that day, but in the heart of the bull market, it was kind of towards the end, to be honest with you. It just didn't work out. I don't think it'll reach all-time highs. I think this narrative is somewhat dead. Payment payments are somewhat dead, like this and AMP, but I think I'll get my money out of it and break even. When people see low prices like this, like we're going over, they tend to have their turn. Why ETH network fees are so expensive? Because it's the gas fees, because it's slow, it's congested. When the market gets crazy, that's, your gas fees go up. I don't use it, right? I don't do that. I just, that's why you have your other layers to help you with that. It's not very scalable. That's just wait. You haven't seen any gas fees yet. Just wait until we get into the heart of things. It's going to be a nightmare. So what other questions do you have? I know I've addressed pretty much everything. Ocean Protocol, that's one to look at as well. Keep an eye on that. Don't own any, but watch it go all the way up. Helium's definitely had its run. I'm not buying Fetch AI because I'm pissed. I was stupid and sold. I think Flare might do all right. It's been okay. OAS Network. I was going to buy that at such a low price, and now I'm annoyed. Right? I get stubborn on certain things. I was going to buy it at 4 cents. It got up to 15. It's hard for me to buy then. Algorand. I don't love Algorand, but I was going to buy that at 9 cents. Didn't. Don't stay away from Shiba. In my view, Jito. Stay away from Doge. They may pop, but I don't recommend it. Threshold. The one I just bought, I would definitely take a look at that. I mean, I believe it's going to pop eventually. It could be 6 months from now, but I mean, it's below 3 cents. There's a lot of talk about You talk about Joshua Jake. He was talking about that the other day as well. Look at Threshold, and like I said, I just bought $3 grand I think this morning. I think it'll do fine. In my view, I'll at least 4 times X that. I think peer-to-peer tokens, swaps should carry premiums. Yes, I agree. People are always worried about. That's why I think peer-to-peer. Yeah, I agree. You bought anything this week, Metal? Did you ever end up buying Ondo? And C is another one that's got up there. I should have maybe gotten out of it and bought it again. But be careful about buying and selling quickly, Skull and everyone else. You got short-term capital gains, as I mentioned, and you might not get it good price. If you want to just scalp it and think you're going to get it lower again, it might not happen. It does happen sometimes when you see it trading between certain prices over and over again. That's when TA kind of works. Don't totally fall on TA BS. It bears nothing in alts. And TA is only when it's in a channel for a certain period of time. It'll always break out of that. So TA is BS unless it's in stocks, that it has more validity in stocks. So please don't just listen to people's TA stuff. It's good to know where the shorts are and the longs for liquidations. But check out C. I think it's going to have a good run. Stacks I have a ton of. Stacks in there for more of your higher capped coins. Stacks will be great. As Bitcoin goes up, Stacks will follow it. Really on the lower side, Ondo, AIOZ. For really risky ones, Polyswarm, the ones I mentioned earlier, those 2 cent ones, Threshold. I think those will go up. Those will outperform Bitcoin, in my view, in my opinion. They will outperform because Bitcoin maybe 3 times X. Those will anywhere from 2x to 100x to 1000x. Not all of them. Some of them won't. They'll all move. They'll move up or down, but they won't stay stagnant. Just sitting with what I have. People worry about ETH fees, but never complain about slippage. Exactly. I see BTC at low 40s. I'm a buyer until then. Chilling. Yeah. You think we'll see the low 40s? We certainly could after the halving and then boom off to the races, but you never know. Another thing, if you hear, I did a video of this the other day, if you hear people yapping and saying a million times, Joshua Jake, speaking of him, said this 10 times in one stream the other day, history doesn't always repeat, but often rhymes. Turn the channel. Tell him to shut up. It's so annoying. It's not. It's unoriginal, and no, duh. We all know that. You know, the truth is, we're all in the Matrix, anyways, in a loop, and we're everything rhymes, brothers. Yes, I just wish I would have bought some Bitcoin at 15. I'm good with my 8K and a little lower from 2016 or something, but you know, that's all right. There's a lot of good plays. I know you're handling it conservatively. You'll do great this market like usual, but you know, I think got to take advantage of the dips. You know, Skull, whatever you need to do to have cash on the side to like not worry about degenerate picks and some risks. You know, there's a lot of good ones out there, and feel free to reach out to me if you have questions. Nice. Well, glad you guys jumped in, and I'm hoping the people who asked for these questions got something out of it. Text me, not text me, but comment if you need anything else. If you guys don't have anything else, I'm going to go spend some time with the kids and walk the dogs, even though my kids are all grown and there's only one here out of the two that are out right now. But I wish you all an incredible day. If you need anything else from me, don't hesitate to ask. Skull, look at the ones I went over, do some research. I hope the sites helped a little bit. Right, so we got Token Unlocks, CoinGecko, right, Coin Perspective, Telegraph, CoinDesk, do some reading, reach out to me and your thoughts. I won't be able to help you totally individually on coins. I don't go into deep. I'm not like many of them who go into a million different projects in the technical aspects. I look into that, but I don't spend, I listen, I read, you know, maybe for about a half hour a day on certain things, and then I listen to a million different things in the background, whether it's CNBC, starting with that, the macro market, and then crypto guys, seeing what they're, you know, I only listen to crypto guys when they're not talking nonsense. I skip over most of it. I don't listen to it live, so I have it in fast play. Cheers, brother. Lots of other tokens will get, yes, they will get regulated by the SEC. I do e-commerce mainly, and I'm just investing what I can afford to. All right, yeah. Don't risk more than you can lose, because it could all go to zero. But in a bull market, it's very difficult. Cheers, brother. I'm glad you guys jumped in. I appreciate it, 88, for your support. If you guys could share the love. It's funny. I went down a few subscribers the other day, and then boom, popped up like 15 more or something. But whoever I can help, that's all I care about. Hope you guys have an incredible day. Do not be afraid to reach out. I'm here to help. We can all go vegan.